Good morning. We had an unexpected occurrence here at our house today, and it had to do with dining. So I want to tell you about it. So my husband has decided that in the new year, he wants to have oatmeal. He's been having cereal and muesli, and he wants to switch to oatmeal because he feels like it's healthier. I'm all for that. So this morning he decided, I bought him some oatmeal, not instant oatmeal and not 1 minute oatmeal, but really rolled oats, you know, with the gentleman on the front, very traditional oatmeal in the round canister. Okay, so this morning, and Robert does not cook ever, but he will do his own breakfast. And if that means cereal and milk, that's great. But when it means oatmeal, it's a little more challenging. So this morning he was putting together the oatmeal, and you know, it was his first day of oatmeal. And he came to the table, and I think he was fairly satisfied with his culinary adventure. But I was not very satisfied, and let me tell you why. First of all, there was like 5 or 6 dishes all over the kitchen with stuff everywhere. That's number one. And oatmeal is actually hard to get out of dishes, so that's number 2. But then as I was exiting the kitchen to go take my shower, I passed by the stove and I was like, oh no, no. There's a big splotch of oatmeal all over the stove. And I thought to myself, I want to support him in his new healthy endeavor, but this is not going to happen. This oatmeal explosion is not going to happen. So we were talking all the way to my daughters. We visited my daughter today, what we should do, and you know, I hatched an idea. So we went to my daughter's and we spent some time with our grandchild, Cora. And then afterwards I said, you know what, Robert, we're gonna go and I'm gonna have a surprise for you. He was very excited. So I told him, you know, go down this street, go down that street. Well, we ended up at Best Buy. What a surprise. And we purchased an Instapot. Now, I have not wanted an Instapot forever, and I don't really want an Instapot, and I don't think that maybe I'll use it. I don't know. I got to read up on it, all that kind of thing. But I know for sure that I won't have the oatmeal explosion. And the double bonus is that Robert is a complete gadget guy. And the fact that he has a new gadget that is going to help him with his oatmeal, he is over the moon. And so am I. So over there is the Instapot. And he said that he's going to make baked apples tonight, which will be the first time he's ever made anything besides breakfast. Let's see if it happens. Okay, so even though the chef didn't suggest the coring of the apples, I have cored them. And now he is suggesting things to put in the pot. So far I've had suggestions of mincemeat nuts and apple cider and cranberries, none of which I have. I don't even know what mincemeat nuts are, but let's see what he does put in the Instapot. All right, so we're putting raisins in the core. That's good. Now, this is, you know, he's operating without a recipe, as you know. So we're just doing whatever he feels is going to make a good baked apple. And we're now, I think, going to put some brown sugar.
Did you explain that you got this because I messed up the stove?
I did talk about how you liked gadgets and that I thought it was a good gadget for you to have so that the kitchen wouldn't suffer ill effects from your
The
oatmeal.
oatmeal
now.
boiled over once on the stove, and now I'm forever banned from making oatmeal.
But wait, hold on. It didn't just boil over once. It boiled over the first and only time you ever made oatmeal. So I don't think the prospects were good. Okay, now what are you gonna do? Do you know how this works for the Instant Pot?
Put water in the bottom.
Let me just ask you, did you read the directions?
No.
No. Okay. So now we're going to close the pot. Very good. And then what?
Gonna put it on pressure cook.
Pressure cook.
And we're gonna say 2 minutes.
Did you? How do you know 2
I
minutes?
don't know. Let's see.
Well, you should look it up.
And we'll say.
All right.
Start.
We'll see how this turns out. Where's the start?
Okay.
Okay. I'll let you know how it goes. So it just beeped 6 times, and there's an L with 3 zeros. Do you know what the L means?
Something about the lid.
Okay, the lid. All right. Whoa! There's the steam being released from the Instapot. That's probably not good for our under-counter lighting. So we'll have to think about that. All right. How do you know when you can take the lid off?
When the little float valve drops, the little silver valve.
I see you've read a little bit of the directions. Okay. Let's watch the float valve. Okay. Now, we're ready for the reveal. Okay. Beautiful apples. Robert's going to get a fork to see how they might be.
Say they need a little bit more.
A little bit more time. Yeah. So how do you do that with the pressure cooker? Do you just put it back in?
Put it back on.
Okay. Here they come out of the pot. Ooh, they look delicious. And they look done. Okay, why don't you take a taste?
I think it's going to be a little too hot.
Too hot? All right. Let's see.
Delicious.
Okay, chef. Congratulations on your first Instapot success.